Welcome to Side Roads. I'm Carlos, and this is a surprising, fully electric 2026 Volvo EX40. You can have the EX40 with a single electric motor or a dual electric motors. We are driving the top trim, which comes all-wheel drive, and therefore we have that dual electric motor set up. It has a total output of 402 horsepower and 494 pound-feet of torque. That's a lot of power and torque for this size of vehicle. The Volvo EX40 competes in the luxury premium compact fully electric SUV against vehicles like the Audi Q4 e-tron, the Mercedes-Benz EQB, and the Cadillac Optiq. As you can see, the surprising factor is that they are all very powerful. I think the EX40 is a little bit high on price, but still close enough. Safety features for the 2026 Volvo EX40 are things like oncoming lane mitigation, collision avoidance and mitigation, blind spot monitoring with steer assist, cross traffic alert with auto brake, lane keeping aid and driver alert, slippery road alert, and rear collision warning. Range for the EX40 is 418 kilometers or 260 miles. You can charge the EX40 using level 2 charging in around 8 hours, but if you use DC fast charging, you can get a charge from 10% to 80% in around 28 minutes. Price for the Volvo EX40 starts in Canada around 67,000 Canadian dollars. The top trim goes to around 78,000 Canadian dollars. In the US, the price starts around 58,000 US dollars, and the top trim goes to around 64,000 US dollars. And remember, this is without options. And there is not really top trim, it's a matter of options and packages. The interior on the 2026 Volvo EX40 is really nice. The materials are all soft and nice and very high quality, very nicely put together, even the doors, like very nice. The support points are also really comfortable. We have two memory seats for two different drivers, and all windows are one touch up and down. The steering wheel comes wrapped in leather and is heated. The seats I find really comfortable. They are also heated and come with ventilation as well, and they have this extension for the bottom cushion that I like. The design of the seats is really nice. The materials are all recyclable materials. Volvo tends to do that. Really nice. The combination of this light gray with this other texture or fabric here, I like them. We have a 12.3 inches digital gauge cluster. It's pretty simple. You can configure a little, not much, but it's enough, and it's this simplicity I like because you are not overwhelmed with all the information, especially being an electric car. So you can have the maps in the middle there too, and the rest of the information is all that you need. I like it, it's really clear. And then we have a 9 inches infotainment screen that is colored, of course. It's based on an Android operating system, and it feels and it looks like that, like a smartphone, and I like that too. It comes with Apple CarPlay wired and Android Auto wired, and also comes with Google integration, which has Google Maps and Google Assistant. I like this. The layout and the functionality, the icons are big enough, but again, it feels like a smartphone. The air conditioning controls are integrated in the screen. I would prefer physical buttons, of course, but they're so clear and somehow so well laid out that you get used to this in seconds. It's honestly like a smartphone. I really like this system. It's much better than what Volvo used to have. We have a volume knob here, wireless charger, extra space here for our stuff, two cup holders, and the crystal shifter typical of Volvo, but it's here because we are in the top trim. You have like I will say this is a garbage bin. I'm not sure, but it's kind of cool. And you have an extra space here for your center console that I find pretty spacious, especially for the size of the car. And the glove box is huge. We have a panoramic sunroof here. We also have a Harman Kardon premium sound system and a pretty nice 360 camera. I like this interior. This is typically Volvo. It's minimalistic, but everything you need you have here. But the most important part, I feel, this feels expensive. And it should, because this is a premium luxury brand. I fit behind myself based on my driving position, and I have enough space for my knees and my height. There is an armrest there with 2 cup holders. The seats are comfortable. There are also air vents there, and because we are in the top trim, the back seats are heated. You can fold the seats 40-60. The trunk, I find average for the class. I think it's practical, especially for the size of this car. This is a compact, subcompact SUV, so it's good. I like a lot the EX40. How is to drive? The 2026 Volvo EX40, very nice. And there are 2 main factors here. First of all, it's an electric car, so by default, it's nice to drive and it's a nice experience. Driving an electric car, as I have said in many of my videos, is an special experience. But here we are adding the special factor of being a Volvo. And I have the same impression in all my previous Volvos too. This car feels expensive. And I'm not talking about a particular trim or anything like that. I don't know if you remember before, when you used to get in a luxury car, the feeling was completely different than driving or sitting in a regular car. Nowadays, the regular brands keep getting better and better, and the materials and the innovation and all that. So regular cars are really nice now. So that line is blurring a little, because for luxury brands, apparently it's luxury to add 17 screens and a super complicated menu and 1,000 lights. To me, that's not luxury. Before, you could tell by the materials, the doors, the feeling, how the doors used to open, the seats, you knew that you were in a different car. Now, it's a lot more difficult for the luxury brands to separate themselves, because the regular brands are using nicer materials and also have a lot of tech and features that you never used to have in regular cars, and so on and so forth. Well, for Volvo, in my humble opinion, you still see it and you feel that you are in a luxury vehicle, in an expensive brand, and a special car. And nothing is crazy here. It's just the build quality, the materials, the suspension, you feel that the money was put here based on the price, differently than how the regular brands build their cars. I said a lot, maybe I said nothing. I was trying to share, but I love Volvos. And I never had a Volvo before. This is since I started the channel, but they keep impressing me, and not in a crazy way, but in a classy way. And I do like that. So the EX40 is a compact, subcompact SUV in the luxury segment, and this one is fully electric, of course, or if you didn't know, it is fully electric. So the cabin is super well insulated. You can barely hear anything. I was in the highway and I can hear the wind noise, but hey, that's almost impossible to eliminate. Other than that, it's really nice. Then we have the suspension, which is one of the things that I find it makes this car feel expensive. And truly, I have no idea how to explain you this, but it does feel like you are riding on an expensive engineer development. I don't know if that is true or not. That's how I feel. It's really nice. It does an impeccable job soaking up all the imperfections from the road. There is no transmission of vibrations or anything into the cabin whatsoever. It is really nice, but it's also firm. It's super comfortable, but there is a firmness to it. which makes it be the type of cars that I like. So this is a small car too, so that helps, but it feels planted, it feels tossable, it feels stable. You want to push it. It's just super, super nice. And especially here, because remember, this suspension is also dealing with all the weight from the batteries and all the electric system, because it's an electric car. So Volvo has done an amazing job with this suspension. I really, really like it. It's scream luxury, but at the same time, composure and, tightness. It's just great. The steering wheel has a weight to it. I like that. It's comfortable to drive around and to park and everything, but it's a little bit on the it's on the firm side, and I like that. It's also really direct. As soon as I touch the steering, like the car moves and turns and goes. Really nice. I like the steering. I like the steering wheel in general. Love it. I think also makes a car feel agile and sporty, and also you feel safe about it because you feel that you are in full control of the car. In the highway too, I didn't have to make any corrections whatsoever, and it makes it feel like the steering is really fully connected to the wheels. That's supposed to be a steering thing, but now that's not the case with all the cars, so I like that. The resistance feels real. I think it's fake, but it's well calibrated. The seat I find really comfortable. They are firm, but comfortable. I don't know how they manage to do this, but they are. I really, really like these seats too. Visibility is great. The windows are big enough. The windshield is nice. It's huge back window there. The side mirrors have the perfect size too. There's a blind spot monitor and a 360 camera. Oh Lord. The D-pillar is massive in this car. This car has a particular design. I'm showing you the exterior while this section goes, so you can see it there. It's beautiful. I really like how it looks. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit unique. But that special design doesn't help with that massive blind spot there. But hey, you have the tools to work around that, as I mentioned. So that is good too. This is a one-speed transmission because this is an electric vehicle, and it does that. The acceleration is linear. There is no shifting. It's just taking the electric power from the electric motors and going. And it's super satisfying and super nice to drive. This is a great electric car driving experience. I like that. And then we have the power, or the electric motors or whatever. We are driving this is a four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive vehicle because we have the dual motors here, and the total output is 402 horsepower. That's a lot, especially for this little car, and 492 pound-feet of torque. I think that's right. If I'm wrong, I'll put it in the screen there, but yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of power. It's a lot of torque. You can feel it. This car pulls with everything it has. It's really satisfying. I haven't done that a lot this week because this car has a different vibe. This is a compact SUV, and it's just, by the way, it feels a lot like a regular car. There is a little bit of resistance on the acceleration. I am in a one-pedal driving mode, and I think that makes the car a little bit heavier on the accelerator, on the gas pedal or the electric pedal, depending how you want to see it. And it feels so normal too. So it's really nice, and that's what I have been doing, driving it like a regular car. A lot of power. I think this is unnecessary level of powers for this car, but hey, good to have. Electric car has this thing that they add safety, in my opinion, because if you are in an emergency, this amount of power with electric and immediate torque, you get out of many situations that you will not be able to in a car with a gas engine. So that's pretty cool there. The one thing that I want to mention before I let you go, the electric car range, it's a little bit tricky. when you get in the car and it says, okay, you have 200 kilometers of range, you see your destination, and I explained this already in another video, but I'm going to end with a positive comment here. You take a trip of 100 kilometers, you should have end with 100 kilometers of range. You don't. You end with 80, 75, 60, depending, which is kind of interesting, and I think that increases the battery anxiety and the electric car anxiety. I don't know. I'm not crazy about that. I think all electric cars need to work on that. Granted, that depends on your driving style, the weather, if you have the air conditioning, all this stuff. But hey, same is with gas cars, and gas cars, they are a lot more precise on that. And that's a feature that I'm not crazy about. It's my only down point on the electric vehicles. Cool in this one, the EX40, when I took a trip and I put the maps on, and it says you will have 40% battery left on your destination. And I was like, oh. And this is Google linked. So it was Google Maps, and it's somehow integrated with the operating systems of the car. So the car is also giving information to that. So I'm not sure if Google by itself can do that. I don't think so, but hey, it was here. The system is Android operator. Google Maps, I put it on and it said that. I arrived at my destination exactly at the battery percentage that the car told me. And that I appreciate, and I think that is super cool. Not the range, for some reason, but the battery it was. I think that measurement is a little bit different. It probably is. So that was super cool. I really like the EX40. It feels normal with all the added advantages of an electric car. The 2026 Volvo EX40 truly surprised me with the amount of power and how normal this car feels, but also feels really expensive. This is a good one.